And joining me now exclusively is acting ICE Director Mark Morgan. All right, Mark, now CBP is saying we are in a full-blown emergency. Now, it seems like we've been hearing this for a long time. 6 weeks ago, when we were down in the Del Rio sector of the southern border in Texas, that sector, which usually is pretty small in terms of border crossings, was bursting at the seams. But now it's exponentially worse. So what more needs to happen for Congress to get this and do something to secure the border?
So, Laura, that's the question. We've been sounding the alarm for a very long time that this is absolutely a humanitarian and national security crisis, and Congress has failed to do their job. Laura, it's unbelievable to me that we're still asking across the board, what can Congress do when we've been telling Congress, the experts that are living this every single day, from ICE to the Border Patrol to CBP, they need to pass meaningful legislation. They need to address the Florida Settlement Agreement and TVPRA. They do that, fund some bed space, and this crisis ends tomorrow. They know what they need to do. We've been telling them, and they refuse to do what they need to do.
Now, Mark, we're learning even more about what yours and other agencies are doing for these migrants. Now, HHS had been offering English language courses, legal services, bilingual services, various forms of entertainment for those who were apprehended, especially the young people. Now, CBP is now trying to purchase 2.2 million diapers for these migrant kids. Now, and I saw it being down at the border. You know, these are desperately needed because agents themselves are acting as caretakers. They're not caretakers, but they're having to act as caretakers. So what do you say tonight to Democrats like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who wants to abolish ICE because she thinks, well, ICE are the bad guys? ICE needs to go because that is not humanitarian efforts.
So politicians like that, Laura, that are absolutely misinformed, and that the rhetoric, if you talk about abolishing ICE, it's absolutely irresponsible. Let's talk about the Homeland Security side, investigation side of ICE. Last year alone, 34,000 criminal arrests, 5,000 gang members arrested, thousands of cases of child smuggling, exploitation, human trafficking. They seized $1.2 billion in U.S. currency from illicit activity. Yeah, I'd like to talk to that young congresswoman and have her tell me what's going to happen if ICE is abolished on that. Enforcement and removal operations. This year to date, 66,000 individuals have been removed from this country. Laura, 90% of those individuals removed either were convicted of additional crime or are charges pending. So what I would say to politicians like that, you need to get informed and stop the rhetoric out there because it's not doing anybody any good.
Yeah. Well, Mark, it's purposeful denial. It's obvious to anyone with these staggering numbers. 32% increase, 140,000 people crossed the border just in the month of May, as we just heard from Ed. OK, but Democrat candidate Joe Biden says, well, the following about the crisis at the border.
This is about just basic, simple humanity. And the idea we're just trying to scare the living devil out of the American public that, my God, the hordes are coming the way you characterize is just simply wrong. This is a crisis created by Trump. This is a crisis created by the administration. And that's why, it keeps, this hordes coming.
The crisis is created by Trump. Mark.
Laura, that is absolutely, and look, I'm trying to choose my words carefully here, but that is absolutely absurd. The crisis is being created by our broken asylum laws that tells people you grab a kid and that's a U.S. passport into this country, and once you get here, you're going to stay. Laura, right now, we have people that are renting kids. They're renting kids, coming across, then facilitators on the American side are then sending the kids back to be recycled, to be rented again, to form fake families so they can come into the United States.
But Mark, we've been talking about this for months and months and months. No matter how bad the facts get, no matter how much video we show, it's like it doesn't matter.
That's right.
So all they care about is demonizing Trump, look at these, these children are being kept in vans instead of reunited with their parents, when the actual truth is children have no beds because Congress will not allocate the money to even build temporary facilities to keep these kids. So what is ICE supposed to do? Just release them into society, or HHS? Release them into society to be trafficked? I mean, what is the humanitarian response here? I'm just getting a little bit sick of this. It's filled with lies and distortions only to demonize Trump, when we have runaway judges that caused a lot of this problem in a Congress who doesn't do its job. It's just beyond comprehension.
Laura, you're absolutely right. I agree with you 100%. Right now, we've asked Congress so that they won't pass the laws that they need to do to fix this, but we're asking for supplemental. The conditions of Border Patrol, 19,000, 4,000 capacity of 19,000. They have 2,500 kids in the facilities. It's unsafe. They shouldn't be there. We're asking for a supplemental to help HSS, to help CBP and ICE to get additional bed space to alleviate the humanitarian side of this. And Congress still sitting on their hands.
Mark, I think until this issue gets solved, the administration should talk about this every single day. It's not scaremongering. It's not fear-mongering. It is the truth. Thank you for joining us.